sometimes I'm an extreme person that likes to do extreme things. And one of those things was a solution that I found to a problem that I had. The problem was I wasn't able to pick up Notion like other people in the tech and creative spaces, my counterparts, if you will. I couldn't pick up any productivity app. So I resorted to a book. I wrote an idea down every day in my pocketbook. And not the pocketbook that you may be used to, but one like this. I wrote one in here every day, and I started to commit to it. And once I started to commit to it, I decided that I would write one idea in this book every day for 365 days. And here's what I've learned. Of course, I tried all the regular suspects, right? GoodNotes, Trello, you name it. And don't even get me started on notes, because my notes app was an absolute mess. And I only could remember the ideas that I had if I didn't have to scroll. And once I started having to scroll, a lot of good ideas went to waste. So I came up with something inadvertently. I am someone who's constantly on the go, whether it's for work or my other job or anything else. I'm consistently in a car and I'm not near a computer. And because I'm never near a computer, it's just hard to jot anything down. And even though you have the app, like I can't have my phone out and be at work like just with my phone in my face. Because of how I work and how much I travel, I noticed that even opening those productivity apps wouldn't be useful for me because I just don't have the time, especially during the day. And I know in my brain I have a hard time without jotting things down, losing thoughts, especially in my short term. But actually, before I get into that, let's go back to the beginning. I like to write. I've probably talked about it a million times on this channel, about minimalism and my ideas on trying to keep from scrolling and all these things that I think about. And in the quest to stay away from my phone and to stay away from my computer, I try to kind of turn more towards books and working in books. And I find that it's a lot easier for me to remember things that way. It's a lot easier for me to see everything that way, unlike a notes app where I have to sit and like scroll and try and find old ideas. It's very easy for me to label these ideas and find them in my book. I also went through a huge creative block for like 6-7 months where I was struggling to make music, struggling to figure out what to write about in my book, struggling to figure out what videos I wanted to make. I knew I wanted to make videos and I was just creatively blocked. And the biggest part for me was sitting down and thinking of an idea. So I put anything in it. I would jot down an idea that I had for a video or for music or for work or anything, and it became my 365-day idea book. Anything from creative endeavors, hobbies, tech, you name it. If I had an idea on it, music, it went in here. And I would write it down, leave it, and then I would add more. And now you have 365 of these scattered about these many, many pages. It made me appreciate ideas that I didn't think were necessarily good, because you're quick to dismiss an idea based on whether you think it's awesome or not. And it might just float in your head for a second and leave. But if you write it down and come back to it, a lot of times you find that those ideas that you had are actually better than you thought they were. So that's one thing. But then I realized how beneficial it was to have this book, because when I had an idea and I wanted to find it, I could easily look in here and find it. Sometimes I only had the time to write down just one singular sentence of an idea, but a lot of times it gave me the writing space needed to elaborate on ideas. And that's where I came up with the one video every day. So if you're wondering how I'm coming up with all of these ideas, this little book is the answer. I write everything in here, and if I ever have a creative block, I put it back right there. And I keep writing in this, so I never have creative block ever again. I started just jotting in like corners and stuff, if you'll see in like some of the pages, and like that. And they'll like start jotting down, and then like there's like other ideas in there, the ramblings of a mad person, and then I'll have like an idea up at the top. So it's starting to get bad. So you got a year of notes here, and then you'll have a year of videos for me. And I keep adding to the book, as I said before. So I'm wondering what y'all think. Do you think that I should move this to a bigger book? I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm actually starting to run out of space, And as you can see, this book is pretty full. The only pages that I have left are the last like 5 or 6. Yeah, that's the only pages left out of this whole thing. These little bits of the book. So I've been wondering if I should transfer this book into a new idea book and have it all in just one big book so I can constantly keep writing. I have other ideas in this one, but it's a lot less. Or should I get a new book entirely? I'm just thinking out loud right now, but I have been thinking about getting a new book. And I've started to number them just so I can kind of tell what day I was on. But after a point, there's like 360s on like one day and then like 270s on like the next page. It's all over the place. So should I get another book? All that to say that. If you think so, let me know. But it'll be neater, and I might do a little tour of that book and all the ideas in there as I keep adding them too, because I'm actually over the 365 mark, so it's getting crazy. Anyways, that was the first part of the journey, which was spending a year writing the ideas and trying to figure it out. Now, that doesn't mean that I planned out everything, and I'm still doing some planning and whatnot as the year goes on. But the second part of the journey is what you're watching right now. Day 55 of a 365-day challenge to make a video every day. So I'm using this book and this brain and anything else that comes to mind to keep making videos and seeing you all. And who knows, maybe a book like this might help you figure out what you want to do and help add to your writer's block, creative block, artist block, any block issues. Because when you have something like this, you always have a little guidebook that you created with your own personal thought out ideas that you get to go back to. Who knows? I hope you subscribe to see the next 365 days, and I'll see you tomorrow.